Rules. Should there be rules? Are rules important? Do children need rules? Yes. Rules are very, very important for a safe, natural, balanced, good development of children. If children are not having rules to follow, they will keep on provoking the teachers, the educators, the parents, whoever they are with trying to break what they think might be a rule in order to find out where is the rule. I want to explain this more closely. Rules give safety, security, and orientation to children. Rules are part of order, an orderly life, an ordered life. And order, just as orientation, are basic human needs of all human beings. We need those. Rules help us to organize our lives, our relationships, our work, and the society. So we need them. We want to know what is the rule. Listening to the news when new rules or new laws are coming up, people are asking questions. How exactly do I have to do that? How exactly will it be survived? Those are grown-up people. Those are rules of society. But people want to know how exactly to follow, how exactly to do it. So rules are giving safety, and rules are helping us to work together very well. So children need rules. Children need rules more than we do, because we grown-up people, we have a lot of rules in our lives, which we learned during childhood, which are laws of the country we have to observe, which are maybe orders by our boss, how to do things, what to do, and so on. Maybe we have some rules for our own lives. Let's say every day I'll go jogging for 20 minutes. That could be my own personal rule. But children don't know about laws. They have no past where they could have acquired rules. And if we're not giving them rules, they don't have orientation and they're not feeling safe. So if you want your children to be safe, give them rules, and give them rules which are being observed all the time. If the rules are too many, and if the rules don't make any sense, then you as a parent or you as a teacher will not be able to secure that these rules are being kept always. Drop them. It's just too much. Think about which rules are really important for the child. And even if the child is only 1 year old, imagine if the child is 5 years old and asked you, Mommy, why did you give me this rule when I was 1? You should be able to explain it in a reasonable way to the kid why that rule was important for him. So rules must make sense. Don't give them out of because you want to have peace. A rule can never be because somebody needs peace or somebody needs quiet. That's not a rule. That's useless, because the rule has to make sense in the life of the person for who the rule applies. It must provide more safety and a better life for the person for who the rule applies. Otherwise, people will not keep those rules. A lot of rules, too many rules, are confusing. So limit the number of rules. Maria Montessori said, everything that will harm or hurt any person or another person, that's myself or another person, must be forbidden and stopped. So that's a very easy way to remember which rules could be making sense. Whatever is harming myself or another person, whatever is harming anybody or hurting anybody is entirely and totally forbidden, and that's law. Those rules are about health, bedtime, dressing up well enough for the weather, food. Don't eat chocolate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because it's harming, it's hurting you. But it's also about behavior. Don't say bad words, don't beat. I'm using the negative language to make you understand in a very easy way. So in this way, these are also rules that we can easily explain. Why can't I have chocolate for lunch? I can explain it. Maybe my child is too small to understand. I will explain in a simple way. I say, eating chocolate for lunch will harm your body. And I want you to be well and healthy. This is why we are eating broccoli. Positive, simple, childlike. If my child is 60 and say, I want to eat chocolate for lunch, I said, yes, darling, no problem. If you want to have pancreas cancer and diabetes, if you want to go overweight, no problem. But I think as long as you're living under my roof, I'm responsible for your health, and this is why we are eating broccoli. So that's a much more complicated and sophisticated explanation. Same rule, different explanation. So rules are preventing people from hurting themselves and others. People are grown-ups or children. Maria Montessori also said, have rules. As few as possible, but have every rule you need. As many as needed, as few as possible. That is to make it simple for children. If you have 1,000 rules, what to do, what not to do, the child will forget, won't have an overview. It's too much and it doesn't make sense. That's also not good. Make sure rules are being followed. And make sure that consequences for not following the rules are connected with what is not being followed. And such consequences could be very easy. You don't need drama for it. You don't need screaming for it. You don't need shouting at your kids. You just need to carry it out. Let's say I've cooked the spinach at home. Spinach and let's say rice. And the child doesn't want to eat the spinach, but only the rice. Being the mother, I know the child needs vitamins and some other stuff which is in the spinach. So I said, darling, I haven't given you much spinach because I know you don't like it so much, but the little I've given you, you need to eat for the well-being of your body. The child refuses to eat. I said, okay, if you're not hungry, that's not a problem. I'll keep your spinach. What I do is take his plate with the spinach, cover it, depending on the weather, put it in the fridge or put it on the cabinet. Cover it well so no flies or something will get in. And when the child comes to you and says, Mommy, I'm hungry, you give exactly the same plate to the kid. So you understand, being hungry means I have to finish my lunch food first. Let's say the child is not hungry and dinner is coming along. Maybe you have bread and fruits for the other children. But this child, since he didn't finish the lunch, you will give him a spinach. You say, you'll get your dinner after you finished your lunch. So easy. If the child is still refusing in one of the cases, just cover up the food again and say, okay, I can see you're not really hungry. You're just having some appetites. That's not a problem. Happens to me too, but we don't have to follow our appetite. We eat when we are really hungry. Take the food away again. I assure you, 100%, there is no child in this world which will starve. After the third time trying out to get something else but the spinach, child will eat the spinach with great appetite. There's one condition. The food you give to children must be tasty, well prepared, and look appetizing. If it looks ugly, don't expect children to eat. If it's not well prepared, it doesn't taste well, don't expect your children to eat. too. That's your mistake and not the mistake of the kid. So every rule, think it over very, very well.